So this string data type, you can either use single quotes, double quotes, or even backticks as templates for literals anytime. Backticks allow embedding variables using this dollar sign. We call it concatenation. This is the advanced way of doing concatenation, that is adding text to text. Yes, you say dollar sign. The only way that dollar sign can be used is this must be backtick. I don't know if you did not use backtick. This here is different from single quotes. It's backtick. It's called backtick, and that is how we allow concatenation in JavaScript, right? So in the case you want to add more than one Java string to other, you use backticks, called string concatenation. Every programming language have a way of doing their concatenations. That's about that. Then after string, the next thing we talk about is numbers. Number is represents both integer and floats. Floating point numbers are fractions, points 1, point 2, points anything. Those are floating point numbers. So number is just like the generic type for all of them, both integers. Exactly, integers are a whole number, 1, 2, 3, and -1. There are negative integers, there are positive integers. So for example, age is an integer, price is usually a floating point, but all of them are the type number. Even temp is just like temporary, is -5, right? So we temperature, temperature -5. The person is running -5 degrees centigrade, or I don't know, floats. Quickly, let's do this to practice number. We all know this, but for muscle memory's sake. That was what we were talking about. In the case you want to concatenate strings. Welcome, Mr. Ibuka. Welcome. So this is your senior colleague. He's going to. Why did you dodge him like that? If you can't accept him first now. So he asked the question, what is the use of the dollar sign? Dollar sign allow us to add string variables. Please, are you going already? Don't worry, he's leaving. All right. Well, this not the chat. What it is? See, I look count now. Say the chat. So this is for string data type. So you ask the question for this is how we combine text. Emmanuel, this is how we combine text in JavaScript. They call it concatenation. Yes. You can either choose to use like this. You can either choose to use name, what's this? Name, then you can use plus is a quotation. This is a string, an empty string, and plus the message and plus this. It will still work, which is very long. I didn't play it on. So the modern way of doing concatenation is using this backtick. Then you put anywhere you want to use a variable, you put dollar sign and a curly bracket, and you put exactly, you call the variable. Then after that you can put the name. So you can add more than 2 variables, and very interestingly, you can add normal text. Let's learn JavaScript. It will all be in that single what is backtick. You understand? So this is the starting of the backtick, this is the ending. So inside it helps us to do this dollar curly bracket to call variables inside normal strings. You can say, okay, you can say, this will help us we will still do that in the next class. In the next session, which is number data type. So the number data type, let age be this, and let message be this. You are something years old. This is, or you can say let's even add temperature, which is another data type. Let's account balance. Let's account balance be equal to this, which is temperature be equal to minus was it 5 degrees centigrade. Then you can just put a report. You can just create a variable called report or personal report. I hope they taught you about what type of casing is this. We have camel case, we have Pascal scale. What type of casing is this? Where is this camel? Yes, this is camel case exactly. But if it is starting with capital letter P, is Pascal's case. Camel, yes. You know, camel has a very big hunchback. Go up small, but neck is always down. Back is always start like camel. So that's about that. Then the report you are going Alt Z in case you don't want everything. If you press Alt Z on your so any line that is not within your context will always break to the next. So we are going to create a variable called report. Currently, this report is null because there is nothing assigned to it. If we console.log report, personal reports, personal reports, you see that it is undefined. If you go to your, you see, if you save, you see, welcome to Benjamin, injected. What live server not working here? Okay, I have to edit this thing to. Okay, then that means I have to. Oh well, let's continue first. No, it's not loading. So what did I do? So quickly, that's for number. Please let's do for number like this. Let's see my console.log and print out a report using string concatenation that I am so use age, price, and temp. Say I am so 25 years old. My account balance is so, and I am running temperature off. Quickly, let's do that using yes, personal reports. I am 25 years old. Using that backtick and $sign, everything will be inside that backtick. Call it. It say let personal report equal to after that temperature. Say let personal report be equal to now backtick. Inside that backtick, you can put I am. Then you put dollar open curly bracket and close. You can put sorry, we are doing revision of JavaScript. So basic major class starts next session starts the first session is next class. Have you seen the timetable? I sent you the timetable. So it's server side development. Okay. Oh, you want of course you know this already. You want to go please. So and price, you can say I am 25 years old. That is, of course, is dollar curly bracket sign. You remember? Yes, something like after. You can just say personal report. You are going to console.log this report, but you can just say personal report is equal to, you see backtick, and just say, okay, in our own case we put name, right? No, we put age, put account balance. Don't say I age dollar sign age years old, age years old, and my account balance is, and the weather is whatever it is. You can just do it like this. Then after everything, you log the report out. If you console.log, you should see something about the report, right? We still have some things to do quickly. Just reviewing. These are something I strongly believe you already know. You know now it's dollars. You can use naira. Yeah, dollar sign. You can put naira. You can put NGN instead of the dollar sign. In a case, because we are using anyway, nobody when no one collect. Left for me. It was AI that put it, sha. First. So, but you can put NGN and naira. This is double. This is int. This is still negative int, right? So I said this is a double data. I mean, this is double of number. This number. These are all number, but this will be what double. This is a floating point number. So all of them are all type yes number. But which yes. This one, yes, that's end of statement, like full stop. Yes. Anything that is outside the curly bracket, outside this curly bracket, will be regarded as a normal string. So, should we forward? Should we go forward? Assign the no. So JavaScript uses a 64-bit floating point representation. Special numeric values are infinity, minus infinity, and NaN. There are other things that are regarded as numbers. NaN is a number type. Infinity is a number type. So in a case, you might come to real JavaScript classes or program. They'll ask you, you can tell you, you can say, let maximum balance, maximum age be equal to infinity. This is a value in JavaScript. In case they ask you a question in your interview, what would this return? What type of data is this? You should say what? It's a number type, right? And in the case they ask you, negative infinity is another number type. You understand? It's a number type. It is valid. Right? And another number type is NaN, not a number. It's funny, not a number is a number type, but it is. That is one weird characteristics of number. So not a number is another number type in JavaScript, right? I think the another type is number dots max value. It's another number type. As the maximum number is almost like infinity. Number dots. I think you can let's print big int is another. We are coming there. We're coming there. Big ints, all of them are all data types. So 7 of them. Let's quickly revolve. So just know that infinity minus infinity NAM are all not a number, which is NAM. They are all numeric data type, right? The other data type we have is Boolean. Boolean is what we use to make decisions. True or false, exactly. Help us to make logical statements, just like yes or no, up and on. Is it online? True. Has access, false, all those things. Quickly. But this, let's not overemphasize on this. This is for conditional comparison and decision making, right? We already know that when we come to control of flow, we are going to use this very extensively. I told you there are major things that make computer program a programming language. Number one is data type. You must understand how that language perform operation on different data types. And two, you must understand how they do control of flow, how data flow, how they control flow of information. You understand? We will learn that. Then aside that, we should learn error handling, how to handle basic error. In the case you do this, if it does not work, what would we do? Those are error. In JavaScript, we call it try and catch, and there is a way we can handle different error too. Come that. Then aside that, let's go to undefined, which is another data type. So undefined is the name that is like it is not defined, but it's a data type. I think it's so a variable that has been declared but not assigned a value. That is what undefined. For example, you say let's color and console.log color. It will return undefined. You have not automatically assigned by JavaScript when no value is given. This is usually automatically assigned. You can use it to make decisions. For example, you can say if the user does not put it, that means that there is no value assigned. For example, you are collecting age, you're collecting name, you're collecting everything, but age is not defined. You want to make decisions based on it. For example, inside your program, there is a place you compare ages. Say if the person's age is above 18, he should be allowed or she should be allowed, else he shouldn't. But the person, while putting the age, the person skipped that age. So in some cases, age will be what? Undefined. So you can make decision if age is equal to undefined. That means you can ask the person to go back and update his profile. Those kind of thing. So we use it for decision making like that. So automatically assigned by JavaScript when no value is given. Right? Then another type is null, which represents intentional absence of value. For example, let car is equal to null. So you intentionally say it, there is nothing, no value is assigned. You assign a value which is null. This is intentional. The first one is unintentional. You didn't assign a value. That way is undefined. So it is an assigned value, not automatic. It is what? An assigned value, not automatic. The type null is object. This is a long-known JavaScript bug. They call it bug because we are talking about primitive data type. Object is a reference data type. But why they call it, it's a long-known JavaScript bug. Null is supposed to be a primitive data type, but it is an object, so it's referenced. That means it does not store the value directly. It stores the address of that value on the RAM or in your memory. Call your RAM memory. Another word for your RAM is memory. All right. So that's the null. Null is intentional. You put it, you assign it null, while undefined is unintentional. JavaScript automatically what give it that value. No. So then another thing is symbol is another data type. Since year 6, here's when this one comes up. Not in our own time, but we are growing anyways. This represents a unique and immutable identifier. Is unique. For example, ID. You can use it for IDing. Especially you want to say ID. And say symbol or ID. Let ID2 equals to symbol ID. So console.log to compare whether it's going to return false, because the first, this is for, sorry. So in the case you want to automatically assign a unique value to anything, this is new. In most old programming, I've not even used this before. Practical speaking, in a lecture, in a theoretical class now. In a very expanded lab, you should go to some of projects that everywhere they hot, they try to type. But I think this is, I need to. So in the case you want to assign ID to users, you can use this. Want to assign ID to books, you can use this. But when we get to MongoDB class, there is an automatic way MongoDB assign ID, especially in our MongoDB class. So barely do we use this, right? So in the case you want to intentionally assign unique values, you can use this. So it says, well, symbol, then you call it ID, right? And if you compare ID1 and ID2, it is always false. There is no way ID1 and ID2. It will generate a unique value for everything you put. If you say symbol ID, it will always generate a unique. Quickly, let's do and compare to return false. Quickly. Because it is not the same in value and type. In value, in type. So there are different types. When we come to comparison operators, operators is something we will talk about. There is comparison operator where we compare. There is this 3 equal to means it is the same in value and in type. It will return false because it's not the same. But if you put only 2 equal to, it means it is the same in value. That means 2 is the same thing as 2 inside string as a string. String as a 2 as a number, double equal to string 2 will return true because the values are what? The same. But though the types are not, to return true. But if you put 3 equal to, it will return false. You understand, right? Quickly compare. You can do that. I hope that's clear. What do you mean by type? Okay, we are talking about data type. We have string, we have int, we have boolean, we have string. String are text. If you say let value 1, you say let value 1 or value 1 is equal to 2. And if you say let value 3 is equal, value 2 is equal to 2. These two things are the same in value, not in type. This is a string, this is a number. So if you want to say console.log, this will return true because they are the same in value. But if you do this, it will return false because they are not here. So they usually call this strict equality, both in value and in type, while the other one is only in mode in value. So if you now put string in that, so that exactly, then this will return true. And if you remove the string here, both of them are numbers, this will return true. Is that clear? So that's, in fact, we call this 3 equal to strict equality. While the other first one is regarded as loose equality. Very strict. So you can use it to compare. What did we just do? We are comparing these two values strictly. Are they the same? We said no, they are not. Then you can use this symbol to create unique values for anything you want to do. In case you are writing a program, so in case you have arrays of things and you want to pinpoint one, you can use that ID you generate for it. 2 will not bear the same value, no matter what. Why? Because of this symbol data type. Exactly. Should we flog ourselves over it? I think you can go and test it. You can go and experiment on this. I'll send you this note in your group, right? Then another data type we have is big integer. It is modern. Why it comes up is, I think it's the era of crypto. when we started dealing with big data, right? Since this era of AI, machine learning, there is something called big data. Numbers have information is large. You can get billions of data sets. Transactions can run to the less. What is the biggest e-commerce site? I think in the world now. What is the biggest e-commerce site in the world? This Jeff Bezos site is called what? Amazon. Amazon and this. I think Amazon is very big. I can tell you that they run over more than billion of transactions a day. You understand? And you are seeing billions of transactions and data, everything. You want to ID each of those products, okay? Or ID each of those transactions. So you have to deal with large numbers. So since the world is coming to become a global village, we are dealing with, so that was when this year 6. In fact, 2020, that was when these big ints came up. It's just like 5 years old. So use for numbers larger than 2 times 10 raised to the power of 53 minus 1, the limit for number type. So anything that you do more than this, any numeric operations you perform, it will be inaccurate. You'll be losing numbers or adding numbers. It will be approximating for you. But in the case you need precision, you must declare that type as a big int. So they say use the large, use a hair and this. So we add n at the end of every number. Big int cannot be mixed directly with number types. So anytime you type a very big integer or you are declaring, you put n at the type. N is always at the end. Is that clear? That is what differentiates it from any other numbers. In case you want to convert 1 billion Bitcoin, what is the weakest currency in the world? Weakest. That is the poorest. Someone called one funny country like that they used to push money in Biro. Yet you cannot buy anything. Something like that. Imagine you convert $1 billion to this kind of currency. If you're running this kind of numbers and you never see end. So if you want to be precise enough, normal numeric operation will be estimating for you the value. So that is where the era of big int also coming to. So in case you want to do an app that those countries will be converting Bitcoin to their currency, you have to be very intentional about using big int. Is that clear? So the second class of data types we have talked about primitive data types. This is saved directly into the variable, but this saves the address on your random access memory. Called random access memory means you put this today, immediately if you are putting another one, the location are dispersed, is random. There is no specific place. It's spread across your RAM randomly. It's just an address in strings that they can use. It's pointing, get the address, put it into my variable. That is what reference data type does, right? You have your object, you are an object. Sam, his course is full stack man. His fair in complexion is an African, study law is barrister. All these values are saved into one thing in an object. So it is just the address you will use and reference to the variable Sam, not the whole data. Most of the times, all reference data types are that way. So the reference data types, also called non-primitive types, are objects, especially in JavaScript. They store multiple values. They are mutable, means they can change, and stored by reference, not by value. You store them in a variable by reference. You reference their address. You can say like, okay, when assigned or passed, only the referenced memory address is copied. Memory address is copied. The location in address in your memory. That's when example of object is a person. See, an ordered collection and unordered collection. Usually this name can come under, age can come up, it doesn't matter. It works. If you are creating another instance of person anywhere, it's unordered. So this is an object. Note the key are called properties. This is a property and this is a value. Then the values can be any data types, even other object as function or even a function. The value can even be a function. The value can be another object. You already know that. Am I wrong? For example, if you want to create a variable, let's say object data type. This is, let's go for a student. This is Alice. Yes.
So we can find that the person address.
The person is the variable. The address of this is stored inside the person variable. Remember, variable is like a container.
Where is that?
The address is in your RAM. In your RAM is there is yes. Yes. No, no, no. No, 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 no. Anytime you save, as currently the reason why we can make operation is running RAM as you are opening softwares, opening your game. How can I experiment this, but not now. It's more advanced, especially when you get to learn game development, something more advanced than JavaScript, of course. When you start to learn stack memory, heap memory, and you start memory management, maybe advanced programming, then you understand well, on a basic, let's simplify. RAM, your RAM, is where all those things that are currently running are saved. And normally, anytime you run an operation or a software, they come with data. They are processing data. If it is a game, it's processing name of the game, processing the character that is playing, processing what key you are pressing, what location it is, a lot of information. Usually runs in millions of. So they are stored in an address. Alright, they are stored in an address. There is a game cheat I used to have for, I play game online too. I play, you access the memory of where the gun is, and you increase the on your RAM while you are playing the game, the memory on your RAM, and you increase the value of the bullet. Okay, so your bullet will never finish. It is remaining 5. Your magazine is containing only 5 bullets. You can locate that specific address and you increase it. It's an address, so that value is what you are increasing. But those address is what your variable references. I think, have I ever saved anyone? File, open, let me open file. Okay, just cause. Start address. Normally it comes in this normal form. There is a 64-bit address, there is 32-bit address. You understand? Depending on your machine. But this game was designed to run on 32 bits, so it runs on 32 bits address as well. So it comes in this long string. So this is an address. The address is, anytime you open it, is saved in your RAM. Let's not talk about it that much. So the address is what is saved in your variable for a reference data type. Is that clear? The address is what is saved in your variable for a reference data type. So JavaScript operators are used to perform calculations, comparison, assignment, logical checks, and more. There are different classes of operators. These are the types of, we have 8 types of operators in JavaScript. We have arithmetic operators like divide by, times, modulos. Modulos is one weird one. I know we have used modulos before, haven't we? That is if 5 is divided by 2, what's the remainder? I think yes. The acceptance is low. Okay. We have assignment operators to assign value to another value. Equal to, no, just like equal, declare, there is, if there is declaration, there is initialization. Assignment happens during initialization. Anytime you declare a variable, like you say var name is declaration, then assignment is the initialization, like name is equal to. So assignment operators, then comparison operators, double equal to, triple equal to, less than or equal to, less than, greater than, not equal to. Those are all assignments. I mean comparison, comparing. Then logical operators, we have making logic like or, and, those kind of things. We come there. Then bitwise operators, there are sometimes you have to convert your normal data to bits, ones and zeros. That is when you use bitwise operators. Barely do you use it, but anytime it comes to programming where you have to talk about machine level programming, bitwise operator, JavaScript does it too. This is an advanced stuff. In case you are increasing your program to memory maximization, there will come a time you do bitwise operation, but you barely use it.